This assignment is an extension on inequalities that you only have to do if you do not need to retake anything from the unit. So this is an extension, and the goal is you're going to enter this temple, and your goal is to get out by surviving. So the first one, we've got 3 inequalities, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to use those 3 inequalities on this graph here. The first one says y has to be less than 5 minus half x. So we recognize that y is by itself. So the 5 is the y-intercept because there is no x behind it. And the fraction in front of x is your slope. So, and we have to put the negative somewhere, so I can put it -1 over a positive 2. Or we could do +1 over -2, either one works. So let's take a moment to graph this. We're going to start at 5 and go down 1, right 2, repeatedly. All right, so down here, start at 5, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, and so on and so forth. You could also go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Okay, and if we look up here, since there's no line underneath, it's dashed. So make a dash line. All right, dash line. Now, do we shade above or below? Well, we want to shade where the y's are less than the line, so it's shade below. Y's are less when you shade down. Okay, but since I have 2 other inequalities to do, I'm only going to draw little arrows so I know that I will be shading below at some point. Okay. The next one, 6x minus 3y is greater than or equal to 18. When x and y are on the same side, this strategy is you want to find these 2 points. And then you're going to test 0, 0 after that. So if I put 0 in for x, that's gone. So -3 times what is 18? Well, I do 18 divided by -3, which is -6. And then I put 0 in for y. Now that's gone. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So I'm going to graph both of these points, and since it can equal, this will be a solid line. So I'll go to 0, -6, and 3, 0, and make a solid line. 0, -6, 3, 0. Looks like I have a slope of 2, and it's going to be a solid line. Now, do I shade this way or this way? I don't know, so I need to test 0, 0. So I go back up here, and if I put 0 and 0 in there, so if I test 0, 0, I'm going to get this whole side becomes 0. I get 0 is less than or equal to 18, which is false. Therefore, this line should not shade towards 0, 0. So there's 0, 0. I do not want to shade towards that. I'm going to shade away from 0, 0 because 0, 0 is false. So it looks like I'm going to be shading in here somewhere. But I have one more inequality to do. It's y is greater than -4. So I'm going to go to -4 on the y-axis and then make a dash line and shade above. Okay. So go to -4. And it's dash line because I cannot equal. Shade above. So it looks like if all 3 shadings together, this is my area that I want to start to enter. So I'm going to enter the temple. Okay. Now if we flip it over, I just want to get you started on the next page. So we're starting here at the entrance. So we are going to have some kind of shaded area, either going to this door or that door or that door. We have to figure out which of these 3 doors to go to. So we're going to use these inequalities to get there. This one, I can see y is by itself, so the number not in front of x is my y-intercept. And then -1/3 is my slope. So I can either think of it as -1 over +3 or +1 over -3. Either one works. So if I go up to 4, put a dot there, and if I go down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, down 1, right 3, dashed. Or I could go up 1, left 3. but I make it dashed. I want to shade the y's greater, so I'm going to shade above. So it looks like I'm going to be shading up here, so I'll be going to this door, but we should verify by putting this one in. All right, for this one, X and Y are on the same side, so it's going to be easier to find my two intercepts. If I put 0 in for X, 4 times what is 40? 4 times 10. If I put 0 in for Y, 2 times what is 40? 2 times 20. So unfortunately, this is the only one I can graph. This one's way off the graph, but maybe I can kind of figure out a slope based on this. So if I go to 0, 10, 0, 10 is up here. And then 20, 0 would be like way over here. 20 away would be like here. But it looks like I would have a slope of down 1 over 2. So down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2 would get me on line to hit at 20, 0. And this one is a solid line because it can equal. Okay. Then I want to test 0, 0. 0 is less than 40 is true, so this will point towards 0, 0. So I can see this is where I want to shade. Now this is what you're going to do from here on out. Now we're in this door, you got to see, are we going to go to this door or this door, and so on and so forth. And then eventually you're going to end in this quadrant, and it's going to tell you where to go out. Okay? When you're done, I have an answer key that you can check.